Hey, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Health empath, and I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. I just giggled a minute ago looking at my hair in the reflection of this, and it's getting so big. I'm trying to grow it out. I've only done it once before in my I did when I was a little girl, but I wouldn't take care of it, and I wouldn't brush it, and I wouldn't let anybody else do it because it hurt, because you get all tingly. So I get knots, and then finally they said, nope, we're cutting it off. We're not even messing with it. So I was a short hair for many years, and then when back in 1999, I decided put a lot of effort in. I stopped talking about it and put the action in place, and lost a bunch of weight. Went in the Air Force, and right before I went in, I cut it short, and then I didn't have it cut for like almost 2 years after that. I grew it out, and it was like down the middle of my back, and I have a lot of freaking hair too. And I was in maintenance, so I always had to wear it. I always wore it back, and it was freaking. There's so much of it, and I just always had headaches. But I came to find out what the headaches were from something else, and actually the hair can really help. But by wearing it in ponytails, that mom relieves pressure from her headaches with her ponytails and stuff. She's crabby. Oh man, sakes alive, she's crabby. I don't even know, Loretta. She gets like this, I'm like, all right, Loretta, just let me know. Just let me know what you need, because she's got the fires in this. There's a lot of scorpion energy in the sky. Not scorpion. Excuse me. I was scrolling and not focusing. There's a lot of Sagittarius, Aries, fire energy, constellation energy going on, and she's Sagittarius, and I'm Aries, and so she's got all this energy, and she all wound up and no place to go. She's been walking around the backyard, so she's been moody, very, very moody. So I talk a lot about anger here because I think it's important, because a lot of people have anger in them and they don't know what to do with it, and so they just try to stuff it and just try to make their lives as perfect as they can, and try to keep everything that makes them mad out, or ignore it, just leave it be. Just this is not happening, it does not compute, just ignore people. And my mom ignores me. She's ignored me most of my life. She can shut people out like I've never seen anybody else. She just goes into a zone. I can't do it. I'm an empath. I can't do it. I can't be in the backyard and hear Tucker inside because I can hear him crying because he wants outside. She'll just be in mom watching her TV show, and I'll hear it from the backyard, and I can't hear him crying because I'm an empath. He's got separation anxiety. I have separation anxiety. I want to ease his separation anxiety. So every single time, I'm up, down all the time. I'm getting fit though. Things are tightening up a little bit after the squishy winter creamer. I don't eat my feelings. I drink my feelings. I just kept getting all these different flavored creamers, peppermint creamer. Just makes me feel good. I don't drink it with regular coffee even. I'm not that much fun. I drink it with decaf. It just started out, I was drinking it just in the morning. Then I was drinking it in the morning and at night. And then once spring broke and I started, and then it's just t-shirt weather, I love it. That's probably why I'm in such a freaking good mood. That and the astrology, and I keep getting examples, and it's like things keep coming up, and it's like, are you gonna act like the way you used to, Marge, or are you gonna act, or have you put in the work? And so far, I'm cautiously optimistic to say that I put in the work, and I'm in like the last few days since there's this I feel this energetic shift, and I'm not responding. I'm just like whatever. Sometimes Loretta likes to play games. It's something that she's historically done. It's just who she is. It's just who she is. That's all there is. I don't, just like I have no control or what other people think about me is none of my business. It's just I can't, I have to learn to just be like, okay, I'm just here to make sure that you're okay. I'll make you food. She does this thing. She's been doing this thing where she's like eating a lot of bread. And I'm like, all right. So I cook for. I ask her about every hour if she wants something to eat, because when it's colder, she eats more. But now that it's warmer, she's eating less. But her schedule, she's not hungry at the same time. So I'm modifying, right? I'm trying to catch up with her schedule. And about every hour, hey, Mom, wants some milk? Or yeah, yeah. And the last couple of days, she's doing this thing where she's just eating bread. And when I asked her to eat, she's still saying, yeah, I want something to eat. And then I'll make whatever, and then she eats 2 bites of it. And I'll go outside or come in my room or whatever, and she's put it away. And I'm like, why? So it's just, there's something going on with her, and I just have to allow, because we're autonomous beings, We're autonomous beings. And I have to let her live in her autonomy and let her process whatever because she's not a verbal, nobody in my family talks about how they feel. Nobody does. Maybe, no, I think my brother does, but he doesn't talk to me. He he does with his, but not with me. And I know why. I see my part in it, and if I cared, I'd apologize. But I'm kind of done with that storyline. I do hope I get to have a relationship with my nieces one day. However, he is the kind of guy that would be like, well, maybe when they're 18, if it's their choice. But all I can do is, so I'm going to start writing them letters, because Helly's 5 and she's starting to get the age where she can, it'd be fun to get mail and stuff like that. And I was going to ask her mom, because I don't want to step on any toes or anything, I asked her mom if I was thinking about getting her a subscription to Highlights magazine, because when I was a little girl, I really liked it. And, I just want them to know that I love them, even though I can't be with them, because they don't do the video stuff. They used to Skype a couple times, and I keep asking, and I don't even get answered. So, even weird kids like me that don't take no for an answer just take no for an answer, even though we don't get it. I get open-ended. Like today, how is this for a freaking kick in the nuts? Like, there is a riddle a friend of mine, or someone I know on Facebook posted on Facebook a riddle, and I got the right answer. I was right. I'm like, this is the story of my life. I can't freaking make this stuff up. It's freaking, I just think it's funny. I think it's funny. So the riddle is, the battle of the English and mathematics. Question: the rabbit saw 6 elephants while going to the river. Every elephant saw 2 monkeys going towards the river. Every monkey holds 1 parrot in their hands. How many animals are going towards the river? And I said 1 rabbit. And she said, true, but not the right answer. It's like, I don't know what the right answer is. I don't care what the right answer is, because in my mind, it's a right answer. And, but I'm just like, multiple choice was always really hard for me, because I could rationalize anything. I could really, so. Is there anybody in the chat? Hi, Mel C. Stop by and help. I'm doing well. Yeah, it is a freaking, I spend most of my time outside when the weather is nice. That's why I don't like winter. I'm trying to get back to Redden, because it's just hell on earth there. it's always summer there. I'm ahead. Sometimes I don't feel like you're ahead of these games. No, I do not feel like that at all. I feel like I am so far below. I've dove under the wave. Fake book. Fake butt. Let's call it fake butt. I like fake book. I call it face butt. But I like fake butt. Let's call it fake butt. Mel, thanks. We just collaborated. It's fake butt. So, I hope people are learning to rise above things. It's not easy to do, man. It's not easy to do. It is not easy to do, to rise to, because that's ignorance, and I don't, because I know the heart space of why people are doing that, and especially, I'm like a justice freak. I'm like, I grew up, I was just this weird little poor kid that just always believed in the magic of everything that had magic in it, and then when Star Wars came out, forget about it. Yeah. I was never, the worst stuff I ever did when I was a little girl, because I'm full disclosure here, and I made amends for everything that I've done, as far as I can see. If things pop up as they come along, then they pop up, and I'll address them as they come along. But today, my side of the street is clean, and so I had. What is the point of me telling that? Confound it! I totally. My train of thought. Okay, when that happens, we're just shifting gears. Just kidding. I hate when my train of thought derails like that. Just freaking blurp. Maybe Mel remembers. Mel, remind me quick. And there's a delay too. What was I talking about? Sometimes I'll see this stuff on the playback, and then I'll go, oh yeah, that's right. And then I'll talk about it the next day. But I don't usually watch the playback of the lives. I just watch it as they're uploading to YouTube. So, ignoring and stuff like, being a justice freak, and that's what I did when I was a little girl. We were freaking poor, man. We were so poor. Like, there were Christmases we didn't have Christmas trees at all, and then one year, we ended up with like 3 natural cut Christmas trees. At some point, we had them at different ends of the house. We kept them. The house smelled so good that year. One of them we gave away. I think we kept 2, but it was just because I was so sure that it happened because I believe in the spirit of Christmas. Because all of our Christmases we spent on a Greyhound bus every Christmas day, from noon, from like the time I was 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, until 13, until I was like, F this, I ain't doing this no more. Because the court said, the freaking father didn't care if we were there or not. We had to be quiet no matter what. Or we were at grandma's house. We wouldn't even be with him, so it was just us spending Christmas days for freaking 11 and a half hours, learning the geography. But hey, I grew up and I love to drive. This is looking at my t-shirt, US 101, I was thinking about all the driving I've done. I've driven all over California, all over the Midwest, Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa, Kansas. I didn't go to the freaking... I live in freaking Omaha for 15 years, and I never went to even coming back out, because I had 4 dogs, didn't go to the... Yeah, I'll go back and see like Black Hills and stuff like that. And just even in Pacific Northwest, I've driven all over Washington, Oregon, first year I was here, when Mom was a little bit more cognizant, but she's declined since. So, as the story goes, driven all over a lot of places, and it's things are the same, man. That's what I've found, is towns are the same, the people in the towns are the same. That's why when people talk about things on a world scale, I'm like, psh, whatever. And I think it's funny that there's 7 billion people. Supposedly there's like they're gonna do a head count of all the people. Like, that's like, for people that are so into stock options and that like to inflate numbers, and then they're gonna tell me that there's 7 billion people. I just don't trust the powers that be, is all. I never have, because authority figures do weird things for control. They do such weird things for control. Haven't you guys ever seen Trading Places? What those men, old freaking crusty freaking greedy white dudes, ruining people's lives, one of their relatives, for kicks, just because they can? You don't think that freaking people do that now, today? Ruin people's... Just see how many people... really? Come on. I live in a city where where I had a cop arrogantly tout in my face because the ballot said that it was the police station that they were building was $26 million that they use of the city funds to build the police station, and the cop arrogantly corrected me. No, that's 80 million. And this is right, and so these guys, resource hogs. I wonder why they call them pigs. These resource hogs use, because they have to have the best everything. They got to have like the best carpet. They got to have the best tile. They got to have the most high tech equipment, because they deserve it, because they work hard for our safety. We live in a stoner state. Our safety ain't jeopardized. You don't, but right across the street in downtown, there are hundreds of people homeless. And it's arrogance. It's ego arrogance. And it's all changing. And for that, I'm grateful. And for whatever reason, people are, oh, hi, TED Talk. I'm doing a video. You want to popo? There you go, buds. Oh, you're not into mood. It's funny. I freaking wore long sleeves and soon it'll be warm enough. I'll have my tank top on and it'll get to come out and play, because you can't see it, because during the winter it's all covered up, and I know I got new people from last season, so I missed it. But sometimes I'd gone so long without long, which I just changed. Oh yeah. I have this big old tattoo on my shoulder. I forgot. I've done other videos before about how I believe tattoos are scars from experiences and wars from past lives, and they manifest. And I read a book part of that comes from loosely, I think, things I got when I was 11. I read The Illustrated Man by Ray Bradbury. 12. I used to read when I was little. Now it's really hard for me to focus, and there's too much stuff going on, and I would just get mad because there'd be so I just don't. I'll read later. When I live in a place where I can just open the back door and the dogs can go in and out as they please, and I can food prep easier, and then so. But those are for. Is there anybody else in the chat? Hi, Crystal Dawn. How are you? It's been a while. Right on. It's actually some of this weird. Thank you. Nice to. I just don't know. See, that's the stuff that gets me. Oh, that gets me embarrassed. I'm hidden. Yeah, tats. Yeah, that's a cool thing. I've done I have like 900 no, see, all I have is my point of view from where I'm at. So I don't know what YouTube looks like on other people's machines. I know a lot of people use their mobile devices. I have an iPhone 6S. I just bought it, but that's the last model I like, and I'm an IT pro. They're all just freaking stupid. I'm a frugal IP. I don't like bells and whistles and nonsense. There's minimal stuff that works just fine, and people that want that excess, I mean, I've been in IT for a long time, and the stuff that people want, I'm just like, the mentality that would come up with that, I'm just like, what a self-serving human being. Are you that freaking lazy? Oh my gosh, can I get it's just, and then people will want stuff, and I love all the it crowd. They're freaking funny. It's a UK show. It's freaking hilarious. Are you from the past? Because it's like, it's the stuff that people think is they get their wires crossed, they do. Anyway, oh, someone's sick? Who's sick? Pineapple. For expectorant stuff? Because it's spring. There's flowers in the air. Where I am, there's flowers all over the place. They're expectorant. Get, just cans of whatever you can. Get a real pineapple and, get the juice from that, or get I get cans of pineapple juice and drink the pineapple from that juice from that. Yeah, there's a lot of sugar in it, but I drink a lot of water. You know, you flush it out. It's balance. I don't really like to drink a lot of sugar. I'm really changing my diet, and I did a video a while back about here's a little crow I'll eat. A little I stand corrected. Is gluten on the side, or extra gluten on the side, or something like that. That's what the title is. And I was gluten schmootin', you know, it's a lot of this stuff, yeah, is psychosomatic. A lot of it is scientific too. It's all chemistry. It's what your body is right for you, not what people tell you, do this is right for your body, and then you do it, and then you have a different outcome, and then you think there's something wrong with you. That's horseshit. Everybody's different. So, but I haven't been craving bread because it's getting warmer. And so I've been eating like a lot of, I just get a bag of the cabbage mix, the coleslaw mix. I'll cook it. I'll eat it raw with a little mayo, put a little lime juice in there. It's lemon juice and vinegars to make coleslaw, but I don't have those ingredients, so I make it work. And you know, and I eat my cookies. I'm cutting down on those too. I'm just eating them in the evening. I used to have one for breakfast, one for lunch, a couple for dinner, but trying to cut back on that a little bit, you know, and see, because I have to keep my body finely tuned, because if I don't, I suffer. I'm in a great deal of pain, because if I eat too much and put on too much weight, it puts pressure on my back and my spine and my stomach, and it creates all this discomfort, and then migraines, and then it's just I feel bad, you know. So I don't want to live a miserable life suffering from pain. So I have to keep my soul sack in proper fitness to relieve the pressure, because we're autonomous beings, and it's my personal responsibility, and it's not the government's or the local government's or anybody's role in life to have me keep the spoon out of my mouth. And that's why a lot of people are sick right now. It's because, you know, health is our wealth, and there really isn't as much poor freaking... I'm not poor in that sense. I'm a very wealthy human being in that sense. And I look around, and there's a lot of people that just... And I think about how things progress, how they have the ability to progress. Like, it's spring, so people have runny noses, they have allergies, you know, and now with this stuff going around. For years I've said, when people were getting, like, calling in sick a lot, and, you know, one of my catchphrases, I have several catchphrases, one of my catchphrases is, I feel great, nothing's going around. Because I just hate hearing how people say, oh, I must have that bug that's going around. Because there's something that's going around, because people are dirty, filthy pigs, and, you know, there's grime and sickness and all that stuff. But a lot of that doesn't have anything to even... A lot of that's spiritual cleanliness. How much of that is spiritual cleanliness? How many people are, like, outwardly living a frickin', you know, clean, holistic, you know, or a holy, you know, righteous life, but the reality of the situation is they're dirty, dirty birds, you know, a lot of them, because I was in IT, I know the freaking VPs, I know the people who had freaking dirty stuff on their machines, I know the personality types. So, see, and they're all the same. They're all the same. Every now and again, I'll see something, I'm like, plot twist, you know? I didn't see that one coming every night, because I ain't 100%. I don't want to be 100%. Did you hear the kids scream? It's all day long. Out my freak. There we go again. It's another shrill. It's like, I mean, don't kids grow past these stages? These kids don't. That's because their freaking parents keep them children, you know. And then and then you grow up, and then you have a society of children, but they look like adults. And then people go, why is it like this? Because if you talk with your stomach and raise your voice a little bit, they get scared. Excuse me, I'm an adult. I speak clearly. Why don't you come up to Adultsville with me? Because I ain't going down to Kidsville with them chumps no more. It's your upper back. You know what? I want to have one though. Is get like a sling where I can hang and just like from with my shoulder blades and just let the weight of my body rest and take it off my spine. Because it feels good like when I hang from things with my arms, but I don't want to use my muscles in my arms. Does that make sense? So I have all these ideas about fitness. That's what I want to do in Northern California when I get to Redden, or the foothills of Redden. Is because it's such a beautiful place and there's so many wonderful things to do with like an hour drive, you know? Yeah, the coast is like 3.5 hour drive, you know, but I could have people come visit and like we could just hang out, you know? And I want to get ordained too. I want to be able to do ceremonies, commitment ceremonies with people. I think that I would love to do that, you know? I get in whatever the wedding colors are, I get them. I got like 30 bow ties, get them all to match. You know, I'd love to do that, and then just because I got friends that do like tours at Shasta Caverns. I got all, you know, and there's all these wonderful. Just have people come and hang out, and I'll cook for you, and we can cook together. Health, you know, because I want to have a garden. Just go out and get some vegetables and just talk about things. You know, I'll learn from you. You learn from me. You know, you can have different, like, you know, if you want to sleep in a tent, go sleep in a tent. You know, if you want to go sleep in a cabin, you know, if you want it, there's places I could recommend. You could stay with me. You could come camp, like with your trailer, whatever. You know, have hookups, stuff like that. Just have a community. You know, Margeville, Heyoka. No, Margeville. I like that better. You have a swing? Ooh. What if you tried hanging upside down on your swing? Oh, cooking is so fun. It's like, to me, it's like chemistry. It's like science. A little this, a little that. I freaking love it. You know what? I get excited when I think about it. Is I love shows where they cook, like with their friends, like or their family. You know, and that's Better Things and Please Like Me. Josh Tom. That's what I like to see. I'm energetically androgynous. Yeah. Yep. Yes, I put it in trees too. That's cool. Yeah, I'm an inadvertent caregiver. I mean, I am a caregiver. I'm just not. I might come across as like I am rough around the edges. I really am, because I speak in matters of facts, and facts are, and people take emotion onto facts. Like I tell people what they're doing. I'm like, okay, let me be clear. Okay, so this is how you see. This is how what's happening. This is how it is. And then I'll explain why I think that's horseshit. Let me get this straight, okay? So, the older I get softer on the edges, and I am a big softy inside, but my softy is just a kind of a curt, callous, Mom used to always, I was being rude and insensitive, and I was just stating facts. Like, how is me talking about how people treating me more more rude and insensitive than the behavior of the people that are treating me that way. You see my plight? I'm sure I'm not alone. I'm sure I'm not alone. I'm not the only one. Anyway, what are you gonna do? That's what Mr. Iski says. So this is just one of those in-between present. Especially elaborate on that, because I hate when people say neat things and then it's like, okay, you can interpret it however you want. This is how I interpret it. Is whenever I find myself thinking about anything outside the room, that's like literally, like, is there anything in the room? You know, everybody, the dogs are sleeping. Luna's up, or not, Luna's not over there. Tucker, they're all chilling. You know, mom's all right. She's feisty. She's gonna live longer than I will. Probably. So. But just, you know, if you get too wrapped up, go into a room, get quiet, listen to some music. I love all music. There's not a genre I don't like. I like classical, you know, and just let your mind wander. But if there's nothing to be afraid of in the room, then don't let the fear in you. Or be where your hands are. These are all borrowed terms. These are not mine that I made up. I do have catchphrases, but these aren't mine. Be where your hands are. Like, I used to have to do that all the time because I'd get so obsessive in thoughts about just different things about how my life wasn't going the way I wanted it, instead of looking at all the ways that it was, that I was creating my own freaking misery. Yeah. So I'd be where my hands are. Oh, look, here I am. Like, talk to myself out loud. All right, oh, look at that. That's a new billboard over there. That's different. And it's like, you know, this is just it's everybody's having to live one day at a time, and I just don't think people are really used to it. I'm freaking Groundhog's Day, living the same day over and over. You need any tips or life hacks on that? I don't get bored. I've been bored once. There was a day I got bored once. I can't get bored. I can't. I get bored because I have the low vibrations in me, and I got a lot of hurt. So I get bored, plus low vibrations that are, because we're all full spectrum. We all got them. Shadow side. Oh, I think I'll go get some beer. Me plus alcohol. They make for good stories. I'm getting too old for that. And it's just the consequences are too grave at this point. But I got a lot of great stories of my boozing days. No more boozing days. Anyway, I think I rambled on for long enough. I didn't have any set intention except to just come on and trying to connect with some folks. It's my spark plus their spark equals brighter spark in the world. So, I think I achieved my mission, and I don't know what I'm gonna do now, really, because I'm rewatching Broad City. That's what I have been spending my time with, going back and forth between that and Dirk Gently, the Holistic Detective. I recommend that show, both of them. But Dirk Gently I really like because it gives you an idea about how everything is connected, how we're all connected. I could tell this story real quick if anybody. When there's two examples of this. When I was in Omaha, see, you always run into the people that you always run into that you're always supposed to run into. You know, everything's divine. It's freaking really cool. It's all magic. So I live in Nebraska, and I mind my own business, and I just like making friends or you know, just, hey, how's, you know, usually until people are jerks, and then I start getting sour. But usually in the beginning, I'm level-headed. You know, I start off nice, and well, I made a collection of friends out there, and a handful of people, and I'd only lived there a couple year or two at this time, and this one girl and I started talking, and Kirsten. It's Kirsten J at that point, and she said something about Paso Robles, and I was like, "What do you know about Paso Robles?" And she said, "Well, my aunt lives there." And so after a couple of conversations, she and I, "Hey, bud, you good? Good?" After a couple of conversations, we got down to it. It was determined that her aunt and my father were in every grade school class together, kindergarten through 6, in a town called Atascadero, which is a very small town in California, central coastal California, off the coast about 26 miles. So yeah, stuff like that, running, and that was the second. I'm not going to tell the other story about that today, but that was the second, or that was that's pretty. I got stories like that all over the place, I mean, all over the place, and I've been all over the world. Oh, I've been to places. No, I haven't been all over the world. That's freaking horse crap. I've been to different places in different parts of. I've been to Greece and Italy for a couple hours, 3 hours, and spent some time in Alaska. So I've been in. My point is I've been in like obscure points of the world, and I've driven all over the United States, and places are all the same. And people are all the same. Energy doesn't lie. It's how people dress up and facade. And I'm getting carried away, and I'm going too long. So I'm gonna let the dogs out. Because Tucker just woke up and just started scratching. And I've been trying to help them get their hair off after winter. Anyway, that's enough about that. Anyway, I hope you all have a rad evening. Peace.